Good evening, baseball fans. You are tuning in to Houston Astros Network as the 56-43 Houston Astros, leading the AL West, take on the Oakland Athletics, who are 52-46 in the season, here at the Coliseum in Oakland and East Bay. Here in the first game for both of these teams after the All-Star break, well, let's take a look at the lineup that Bo Porter has put together for his Houston Astros squad. Leading things off in left field is Juan Pierre. Batting second and playing second is Jose Altuve. In the three-hole, the first baseman, Kendrys Morales. In the cleanup spot, the DH, Chris Carter, and the rest of the lineup rounding things out. On the mound today for the Oakland Athletics is the right-hander, Dan Straley. 7 wins and 8 losses in the season with a 3.73 ERA and 19 games started, 123 innings pitched, 114 hits given up, 58 walks, and 82 strikeouts. Top of the first now is Kendrys Morales is up with 2 outs in the inning. Here's the kick and the pitch from Straley. And that one's going to be lined into right field for a base hit for Kendrys Morales. That's a base runner here in the first inning for the Houston Astros. The next batter up in the inning is Chris Carter here with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Straley, as that's just going to be a ground to third base, and he's going to fire to second for the easy out. And the A's are out of the top of the first inning. Now we flip things over to the bottom half of the first as we take a look at the Oakland Athletics lineup for this game. Leading them things off in center field, we have Craig Gentry. Batting second and playing second, Alberto Callaspo. In the three-hole DHing is Josh Donaldson. In the cleanup spot is Brandon Moss, and the rest of the lineup running things out. On the mound today for the Houston Astros is the newly acquired Johan Santana, who is making his first Major League start in quite a while, as he has had some injury problems, and Houston traded for him to improve their pitching rotation. Houston hoping he can just regain a slight form of his Cy Young winning self. Making his way to the plate now is the center fielder Craig Gentry, leading things off, batting .251 in the season with 3 home runs and 32 RBIs. And now we've got Johan Santana about to throw his first pitch in a while. And here comes the pitch. That's going to be a drag bunt by Gentry, but Hyman's going to get to that one rather quickly, and he's able to throw out the speedy Gentry at first. So 1 out in the inning now, 3-1 count here on Alberto Callaspo, and here comes the kick. And the pitch from Santana, that's going to be a ball down the zone, as that's going to be a walk for Alberto Callaspo, giving the A's a base runner here with 1 out. Next batter up in the inning is the DH Josh Donaldson, who is coming in this one rather struggling at the plate, batting 2 for 23 in his last 6 games, as he entered the All-Star game, as he did make that, but he is not hot at all. So here's with the 0-2 count. Santana getting set, here's the pitch. And that's going to be a circle change up in the zone as Donaldson swings through, misses that one. And it's a strikeout for Santana. 2 outs in the inning now, 1-2 count here on Brandon Moss. Here comes the pitch from Santana. That's a fastball up in the zone as Moss swings through that one. And Santana's got himself 2 strikeouts here in the first inning. Top of the second now, George Springer at the plate with the 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Straley. That Springer's going to rip this one into right field, right in front of the right fielder, as that's a base hit for George Springer. And with runner on first now, that brings up the third baseman, Todd Frazier. And here comes the pitch from Straley. And Springer's going to be taken off on that one as he slides in head first into second. That's a stolen base for George Springer, as the throw from Norris was not in time. Now we've got 1 out in the inning. Springer still on second. 1-0 count here for Dexter Fowler, as he's going to give this one a ride into deep center field. That's going to be back. But it's only to the wall as Gentry is able to get to that one. But Springer is going to tag up from second, advance to third here with 2 outs in the inning. As that's going to bring up the shortstop here for the Astros, Stephen Drew. 1-2 count on him here. Here's the pitch from Straley. And he's going to strike out on that one in the dirt. Norris is going to have to fire to first, and he takes his time as he gets him out there. That's the end of the inning here for the Athletics. Still nothing in this ball game. Astros 2 hits. Athletics hitless and no errors for both teams. So Yoenis Cespedes is at the plate now. 0-2 count on him. And that's going to be a slider down the zone. That's in the dirt, as Hyman's got to throw to first, and he gets Cespedes out easily. 1 out in the inning now. Jed Larry's at the plate with the 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Santana. That's going to be lined in the gap, right center gap. That's going to rattle up against the wall, as Fowler is able to get to that one quickly. But not before Lowry heads into second for a stand-up double. Now that Lowry's on first, we've got 1 out, 1-1 count here for Derek Norris. And Lowry's going to be stealing, as Hyman had a little bit of a delayed reaction on that one. Not really sure what to do there. And Lowry's going to slide into third safe. So man on third now. Norris still at the plate. 1-2 count now. Here comes the pitch from the Santana. That's going to be down the zone. Santana showing that circle change is still one of the top pitches. So he's still able to get guys to swing through that one. So 2 outs in the inning now. Josh Reddick at the plate. 2-2 count here. That's going to be grounded to the first baseman, Kendrys Morales. He steps on first, and that ends the inning. As they're still scoreless here in this ball game. 0 Astros, 0 Athletics. 2 hits for the Astros, and 1 for the A's. So top of the third now, Juan Pierre's at the plate with 1 out. 1-2 count on him. Here comes the pitch from Straley. As Pierre's going to slap this one into right field. That's a base hit for Juan Pierre. And once this man's on base, you know exactly what he's going to be doing. And everybody on the field knows it as well. So Altuve's at the plate now. Pierre on first. And Pierre's taken off for second. As he's going to slide in head first. The throw is offline and not in time. Throw from Derek Norris as Pierre slides in for his 17th stolen base of the season. Leading the Astros with 17. Right behind him is the man at the plate, Jose Altuve. George Springer with 9. Fowler with 6. Ackley with 2. So 0-1 count on Altuve now. As Pierre's going to take off for third. He's got a little slow there of a jump as he gets gunned down by Derek Norris. Showing off he's got a cannon for an arm. So now 2 outs in the inning and Altuve is at the plate. 1-2 count. And Altuve is just going to ground this one right back to the pitcher, but he's not able to handle it as Altuve heads into first. That should be ruled an error on the pitchers. He wasn't able to handle that one, and that should have been an easy play. So 2 outs in the inning with Altuve on first. Kendrys Morales at the plate. And Altuve's taken off for second as he's going to slide in late as Norris guns him down. And that's 2 outs in the inning off Derek Norris's arm. Flip things around to the bottom half of the third now. Craig Gentry at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Santana. That's going to be a drag bunt. Frazier's going to charge this one, field that barehanded, fire to first, but that is not in time as Craig Gentry gets an infield hit on the drag bunt. So with Gentry on first, that brings up Alberto Callaspo now with 1 out in the inning. As he's just going to ground out to Jose Altuve, flip to second, fire to first. That's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning here for the Astros. And after Altuve got thrown out last inning, Morales is going to be leading off the top of the fourth now. Here comes the pitch from Straley as Morales rips this one into deep center field. That's going to get back to the track, but Gentry's there to haul that one in and rob Morales of an extra base hit. So next batter up is Chris Carter here with the 1-2 count on him. Here's the pitch from Straley as Carter's going to ground this one past the third baseman, and that's a base hit for Chris Carter. So with Carter on first now, 1 out in the inning. 1-2 count here for George Springer. And he's going to be swinging. That one's also going to be grounded past the third baseman. That's 2 straight balls just grounded right past him. Now we've got runners on first and second here for the Astros in the 4th inning with no outs or 1 out. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Todd Frazier, with the full count on him. And Straley's getting set. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be down in the zone, taken for a ball as Frazier walks, and that's going to load the bases here for the Astros. So now we've got bases loaded for the Astros. 1 out in the inning, 2-2 count here for Dexter Fowler. Pitch from Straley. That's going to be grounded to the second baseman, as that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning here. And Dexter Fowler did the one thing you do not want to be doing in that situation. Bases loaded, 1 out, and he grounds into double play, as we are still scoreless here in this one. The A's at the plate now in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Santana, the pitch. And Moss is going to rip this one into the gap in right center. Fowler's not able to get to that one in time, as that's going to ricochet off the wall. Moss heads into second with a stand-up double. Next man up in the inning now is Jonas Cespedes, the 0-2 count on him. Moss still on second. He's going to line this one down the first base line. Morales makes that a dive there, but hits first base, ricochets into right field as Moss is going to come around to score, and Cespedes is going to stand up into second for an RBI double, putting the A's on the board here. Now we've got 1 out in the inning. 1-0 count here on Jed Lowry. As Hyman just has an absolute brain fart right there. He fires the second when the runner's going to... I don't know what the hell just happened there. 1-2 count now on Lowry, the man on third. He's going to just ground this one to Morales. Morales is going to fire home, but it's going to be offline as Hyman's not able to tag the runner. Now it's 2-0 here for the Athletics. Runner on first now, one out in the inning, 0-1 count here, and Derek Norris as the runner's going to take off for second. Slide in, but he gets gunned down by Hyman. No stolen base there for Jed Lowry. As Hyman actually threw to the correct base this time. Derek Norris up with 2 outs now, 1-2 count on him. And he's just going to line this one into center field as Dexter Fowler is able to range over to his right. Put that one out at the end of the inning. Pick things up in the bottom half of the 5th now. 3-1 count here on Nakajima. He's going to give this one a ride to deep center field. That's going to be back to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. That is Nakajima's first Major League home run. Hiroyuki Nakajima playing third base as Donaldson is going to be DH in this game. Nakajima showing that he is a bat to contend with here in the Major Leagues. Hits home run off Johan Santana, the ex-Cy Young winner. After the Nakajima home run, makes it a 3-0 A's ball game. Altuve's leading off the top of the 6th now, as he gives one a ride into left field. That's going to be back, and that's a no-doubt home run here for Jose Altuve, putting all 5'7" of him into that one. Showing that he can hit the long ball here as Chicks dig that long ball. He's going to round the bases here, and Straley has got to not be happy with himself after allowing a home run to one of the smallest guys in the major leagues. Now, Paul, not related to Roger Clemens, comes in the game. 14 appearances, 3-2 record with a 1.88 ERA, 43 innings pitched, and 32 strikeouts on the season for him. The bottom of the 6th, Brandon Moss at the plate. Paul Clemens is going to give him the fastball, and that's going to be driven into the left center gap. As they're not able to get that one, that's going to rattle up against the wall, and Brandon Moss is going to get into second for a stand-up double, his second of the ball game. Moss on second now. That brings up Yoenis Cespedes with the 0-2 count. That's going to be a curveball in the dirt as that gets past the catcher Hindman, and Moss advances the third on the passed ball. So 1-2 count with a man on third now for Cespedes. Here comes the pitch from Clemens. That's going to be lined to the second baseman Altuve as that deflects off his glove on the dive. That's going to score Brandon Moss, making this a 4-0 A's lead now. With Cespedes on first now, it's going to grab Jed Lowry with no outs in the inning still. And that one's going to be slapped in the left field right in front of Pierre. And that's a base hit for Jed Lowry, making it runners on first and second now with no outs in the inning. Astros getting off to a very nice start here in this inning. So still with no outs, runners on first and second. Paul Clemens going to throw the pitch here, and that's going to walk Derek Norris to load the bases here for the Athletics, and that is not what you want to be doing in this situation. As Paul Clemens, that's going to end his days. Matt Albers comes in the game now. 39 games appeared, 4-3 record in the season, 5.40 ERA as he's kind of shaky in that category. 45 innings pitched and 28 strikeouts while allowing 25 walks in the season for him. The base is loaded. Here comes the pitch from Albers. And that one's going to be grounded to third baseman Frazier as that's going to be turned for a double play, making that 2 outs in the inning, but the run is going to cross, making that a 5-0 Athletics lead now. So Nakajima at the plate now, 1-1 count on him with 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch from Albers. He's going to slap that one down the left field line. That's going to get past Pierre to the wall. As Nakajima is going to round first, head for second, slide in head first. That's an RBI double for Nakajima, making this a 6-1 Athletics lead. After that RBI double, Craig Gentry at the plate now. Here's the pitch from Albers. And that one's going to be grounded to the third baseman, Frazier, as he collects that one, fires the first, and finally gets the Houston Astros out of that inning, but not before the Athletics extend their lead to 6-1 as the Athletics fans are all having seizures in the stands. Here you take a look at the scoreline, 6-1 Athletics. So top of the 7th now, Stephen Drew at the plate with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Straley, as Drew's going to give this one a ride to right field. That's going to get back to the wall, to the track, and that's going to be gone. Reddick gave that one chase, tried to rob it as Stephen Drew blasts career home run number 99 off the young pitcher Dan Straley. As he rounds the bases, Bo Porter has got to be excited about that one, as maybe that's going to bring some life here for the Astros. Top of the 7th still. 2 outs in the inning now. Here's the pitch from Straley to Pierre. As Pierre's going to line this one back up the middle. But Callaspo is able to collect that one. But he chucks over the head of Moss at first. That's going to bounce out of play. That's going to advance Juan Pierre to second. Now we got runner on second. Altuve at the plate now. 1-1 count on him. Here comes the pitch from Straley as he grounds this one into the gap between short and third. As Lowry's going to chuck that one over the head of Brandon Moss. And that's going to score Pierre. And Altuve is going to round second. Head for third, but think wisely and turn around and stay at second. Because that's 2 runs now in the inning for the Astros. Now we've got a 6-3 ball game here. 2 outs in the inning still. The Astros still at the plate. 1-0 count here in Kendrys Morales. Here's the pitch from Straley. And Morales, that's going to be over the head of Callaspo into the gap. As Altuve is going to round third. Head for home, standing up. And Morales heads into second, standing up, as that is an RBI double for Kendrys Morales, making that a 6-5 or 6-4 for the Astros now. And now Raul Valdez is going to come in for the Astros now. 38 game appearances, 10-2 record with 2 saves, 4.22 ERA, 42.2 innings pitched, 12 walks and 30 straight strikeouts on the 2014 campaign for Raul Valdez. The bottom of the 7th with runner on first now. 1-1 count here for Brandon Moss. And that one's going to be lined. That's going to be jacked. Left field. That's gone. Brandon Moss, 2-run shot here. As after that Astros 2-out rally in the top of the 7th, Brandon Moss basically comes out here and says, "No. This is our ball game." As he gives the Astros an even wider margin of lead now after that 2-run blast. So it's 8-4 Athletics now. Bottom of the 7th still. As Cespedes is going to give this one a ride into right field. That's going to bounce off the scoreboard over the head of Springer, as Fowler is going to have to come around to grab that. But Cespedes is going to slide into third, as that is a triple for Yoenis Cespedes. So it's Cespedes on third now. Here's the 0-1 count to Jed Lowry, as he's going to give this one a ride into deep right field. Springer's going to get into that one, though. But it's going to be deep enough to score Cespedes, as now it is 9-4 Oakland Athletics. Pick things back up in the top of the 8th now. 1 out in the inning. Runners on first and second here for the Astros. Stephen Drew at the plate, as he's going to give this one a ride into right field. And Reddick isn't able to haul that one in, as that's going to have the runners round third right behind each other. They're both going to score, but Stephen Drew is going to be gunned out at third after the throw from Reddick is going to be in quite quickly with his arm out there in right. And now Jim Johnson comes in the 9th inning. 32 games appeared, 25 saves. He's blown 7 saves in the season. So that might be a good sign here for the Astros. So top of the 9th, 2 outs, 1-1 count here for Kendrys Morales. Here's the pitch from Johnson. That's going to be lined, jacked, deep left field, but that is to the wall and not out of the ballpark, as that's going to steal the deal here for the Oakland Athletics. They're going to come away with the win here. Starting off the second half of the season strong in this first game after the All-Star break. Johan Santana didn't pitch too bad of a game in his first start in the majors in a while. 6 Ks on the day, 5 innings pitched. Gave up 6 hits and 3 runs, and that was really knocked him out of the ballgame. And now we head down the field for the first baseman, Brandon Moss, getting the Player of the Game award. 4 at-bats on the day with 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, and 2 RBIs for the first baseman on the day. Very solid performance from him. But with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here in the studio. Don't forget to take a look at the box score on your way out, as that's always interesting. And also, don't forget to tune in next time here on Houston Astros Network.